I want to share something very personal with you, something that has marked my life forever. What you are about to hear is not just another story, but a real experience that shook me to my core and changed the way I see life, death, and eternity. I ask you to listen with an open heart because what I went through was not meant for me alone. It was meant to be shared so that others can be warned, comforted, and reminded of the truth we so often push aside in our busy lives. Before I continue, I want to gently invite you. If anything I share touches your heart, or if you've ever had a similar experience, please leave a comment below. I would love to know your thoughts and hear your story too. And if you want to walk with me through more testimonies like this, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of the messages that could speak life into your soul. It all began on a day I never expected. I was at work in Cleveland, Ohio, going about my normal routine. Nothing about that morning hinted at what was about to happen. But suddenly I felt a crushing pain in my chest, so heavy and unbearable that I could barely stand. I remember the room spinning, voices around me becoming distant, and then everything faded away. I later learned I had suffered a massive heart attack. My coworkers rushed to help, but in that moment I knew my body was no longer mine. I felt my spirit being lifted, gently yet powerfully, away from my body. At first it was confusing, like waking up from a dream, but sharper, more real. I could see everything happening below me. I saw people running, calling for help, trying desperately to save me. Yet I felt no pain anymore, no fear. Only the strange, weightless awareness that I was no longer bound to the body that had just failed me. And then light. A brilliance unlike anything on earth. It wasn't just bright. It was alive, warm, and pure. It wrapped around me, pulling me higher and higher. And as I rose, something deep inside me whispered, "This is not the end, this is the beginning." But in that light, I was shown something I will never forget. A vision that filled me with both awe and trembling. I was shown the rapture. I saw people rising into the sky, their faces shining with joy, as if finally meeting the one they had waited for all their lives. At the same time, I saw chaos breaking loose below. Airplanes falling from the sky, cars crashing without drivers, families crying out as loved ones disappeared in an instant. The world below was breaking apart, while above, glory and peace embraced those who were ready. I cannot fully describe the weight of what I saw, but I knew in my soul, this was not a dream, not a story, but a glimpse of what is to come. As I was being shown this vision, my heart felt torn in two. On one side, I was overwhelmed by the beauty of it all. The believers rising, free at last, wrapped in a love too deep for words. They were not afraid, not worried about anything left behind. It was as if their souls had finally found the home they had longed for. But on the other side, I saw the cries, the terror, the shock of those who remained. Their pain pierced me, and I realized the weight of what the rapture truly means. Separation. An eternal dividing line between those who were ready and those who were not. The Lord revealed to me that many who call themselves believers are living in a dangerous sleep. They go to church, they say the right words, but their hearts are far away. They are distracted by the world, by money, by comfort, by endless chasing after things that will not last. He showed me that many are compromising, treating holiness as something optional, while time is running out. In the vision, I was shown families being split apart. Husbands lifted into the skies while wives were left behind. Children rising while parents screamed in despair. Entire churches, once filled with songs and sermons, found nearly empty when that trumpet sounded. The grief of those left was unbearable because they knew in that moment that they had missed what they had been warned about all their lives. I felt the Lord pressing into my spirit that His return is closer than most people think. He revealed to me that September 2025 would mark a prophetic season, a time of awakening for those who are listening. It would not be the final moment yet, but a sign, a wake-up call, shaking those who are asleep, stirring them to return to Him before the door is closed forever. In that place of light, I realized that life on earth is so fragile, and eternity is so real. Everything we cling to, our jobs, our plans, our little worries, fade like dust when measured against what is waiting beyond this life. My own death, sudden and unexpected, became a message in itself. None of us know the hour. And if we wait until tomorrow to be ready, tomorrow may never come. I felt such a deep sorrow for those who would be caught unprepared. Yet at the same time, I felt the incredible mercy of God, that He would reveal this to me not to condemn but to warn, to call, to awaken His children while there is still time. In that realm of light, I could sense the love of God in a way I had never known before. It wasn't a distant or cold kind of love. It was personal, close, and so pure that it seemed to reach into every corner of my being. Yet at the same time, there was an urgency in it, like a father crying out for his children to wake up before it's too late. He showed me how easy it is for people to slip into spiritual laziness. He revealed that many are distracted by the noise of this world, endless scrolling, endless chasing of pleasure, endless excuses for why they cannot give him their whole heart. He showed me that sin is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, dressed up as comfort, entertainment, or even self-reliance. And while people think they have time, their hearts are slowly drifting away. I was also shown the weight of eternity. Heaven was more real than the ground I once walked on, and hell was no less real. I felt a sharp warning in my soul. Both are waiting and both are eternal. He made me understand that the choices we make now, whether to live for Him or to live for ourselves, decide where we will spend forever. The vision of the rapture kept replaying before me, and each time my heart ached. I saw how quickly life can change in one single moment. I saw governments scrambling, hospitals overflowing with panic, cities thrown into confusion. It was like watching the world unravel in the blink of an eye, all because millions of souls had been suddenly taken away. And yet, in that same moment, I saw the peace and joy of those rising up to meet their Lord, free from every tear, every struggle, every pain of this life. I felt a holy fear settle in me, not the kind that drives you away, but the kind that wakes you up and makes you realize how serious this is. He told me that the time of playing games with faith is over. He revealed that many who think they are safe will be left behind because their hearts were never truly surrendered. Standing there, between the glory above and the chaos below, I realized how urgent this message was. My death was not an accident, it was a doorway for me to see what must be spoken. And though I felt small and unworthy, I also knew that I was being given a responsibility to come back and share what I had seen, no matter who believed me or who doubted me. As I remained in that place, the Lord continued to reveal more to me. He showed me how His heart breaks for those who think they have forever to make things right. He revealed that many people know about Him with their minds, but they have not surrendered to Him with their hearts. He showed me how easy it is to sit in a pew, to sing songs, even to preach messages, and yet be far from Him in the secret places of the heart. I was made to understand that being almost ready is the same as being unprepared. There is no middle ground. Either the heart is surrendered or it is not. Either the oil is in the lamp or it is empty. And when that moment comes, the moment of His return, there will be no chance to run back and get ready. No time to repent at the last second. No space for excuses. The separation will be final. He also showed me the urgency of this season we are stepping into. September 2025 was impressed on me as a season when many will be stirred awake. A shaking will come, not to destroy but to awaken those who still have time. I understood that it would be like a trumpet blast in the Spirit, calling people to stop sleeping and return to holiness. Those who listen will be drawn closer, but those who harden their hearts will sink deeper into deception. In that light, I saw the difference between those who live for themselves and those who live for Him. The ones who were ready were not perfect, but they had surrendered. Their hearts were yielded, their lives pointed toward eternity. The ones left behind were often people who thought they had plenty of time, who thought that just believing with their lips was enough, while their hearts were bound to this world. I cannot describe the grief I felt watching them. It was not just sadness, it was the weight of knowing their choice was final. I wanted to reach for them, to cry out for them, to somehow pull them up into the skies. But I could not. The line had already been drawn. And in that moment, I realized the seriousness of what it means to live each day as if tomorrow is promised, when in truth, none of us know if we will even see the next hour. Then I felt the Lord's mercy surround me again. He reminded me that He does not reveal these things to crush us with fear, but to call us with love. His desire is that none should be lost. His desire is for us to wake up, to lay aside the chains of sin and distraction, and to prepare our hearts for His coming. In the last part of my experience, I felt myself being drawn back from that realm of light. It was as though the Lord was gently placing me at a crossroads, one path leading me forward into eternity, the other sending me back to this world with a message to carry. Deep inside, I knew my time here was not finished. I could feel the urgency of the words pressing on my spirit, almost like fire in my chest. Tell them. Warn them. Call them back to me before it is too late. The return to my body was not smooth. It was painful, like being forced into a shell that could no longer contain the weight of what I had just seen. My chest ached, my breath was weak, but my heart was burning with the truth I had been given. I woke up not as the same woman who collapsed at work, but as someone who had touched eternity and could never go back to life as it was. When I looked around and saw the faces of people trying to keep me alive, I thought about the vision of the rapture. The families torn apart, the world plunged into chaos, the cries of those left behind. I knew I had to speak. Even if some would doubt me, even if some would laugh, I could not stay silent. The weight of lost souls was too heavy for me to ignore. Since that day, every breath I take feels like borrowed time, time given so I can share what I was shown. Heaven and hell are not just ideas, not just stories. They are real, and the rapture is real. It will happen suddenly, without warning, and when it does, no one will have a second chance to prepare. That truth has carved itself into me like stone. If you are listening to my story right now, I want you to know this. The Lord loves you more than you can ever imagine. That's why He warns us, why He gives visions, why He sends testimonies like mine. It's not to scare you, it's to save you. Don't wait until tomorrow to surrender your life to Him. Tomorrow is not promised. Today is the time. Right now is the moment. My testimony is not about me, it's about Him. I died, I was lifted, I was shown, and I was sent back. And I will spend the rest of my life telling anyone who will listen. Repent, seek holiness, and be ready. The trumpet will sound. The separation will come. And when it does, I pray with all my heart that you will be found among those who rise to meet Him. Thank you for listening to my story. If it has touched your heart, I invite you to leave a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts, your questions, or even your own experiences. And if you want to hear more testimonies like this, stories that can awaken your spirit and draw you closer to God, please subscribe. Walk this journey with us because the days are short, but His love is endless.